Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode with me, Baelfire, and today we're back in Factorio, as you can clearly see, and I've been a little bit busy doing a little bit of work with circuits on the Space Platform Max Grant, which I will be renaming. I don't know what to yet, but I'll be renaming it. But biggest things of note, I've first of all set up a filter down here to say, hey, I want 500 of each asteroid chunk, and it counts how many I currently have in the belt system, which is very, very nice. Then the second system I set up is to control what is currently being processed. So right now I have three things set for recipes. I have ice, I have carbon, and I have iron ore. So the way these work is they read the contents of this full belt here, these arms, if I'm not mistaken, yep, and then what's inside the space platform. Then, depending on if this is less than 500, it outputs a signal of oxide asteroid, which then sets the recipe for every single one of these. Just to show you, I will get rid of some more iron ore. So since the iron ore dropped below 1k, and this is active and working very fast, output priority, right. There we go. That should make sure this is able to keep up. But with this working the way it does, it is very, very quick. Disturbingly so sometimes. But right now, I'm loading it up with piercing ammunition. I'm not sure how well this is going to work, but we're going to try it anyway. But as of right now, I need to start producing some stuff. One of those things is water. Because water is apparently used for a bunch of stuff. Or it's used for fuel and, oxidizer. Thruster fuel and thruster oxidizer are the two things it's used for. And from what I can tell, one of these chemical plants can supply 4 chemical plants. So let me remove one of. So this one will be making thruster fuel. Then I will take the same amount on this side to make oxidizer. And honestly, now that I actually think about it a little bit, I can make some room for myself. So I have some degree of room to work. Oh no! Whoops! That's unideal, but I can still get that to work. And there we go. It's still working. So then, what I will go ahead and do is move these both will make thruster fuel. And these both will make oxidizer. Simple as that. So then, here's where I'm going to use a combination of just basic pipe, or ground pipe, and underground pipe, because I already know that since space is limited, I will need all the room I can get. So all of these now have water. So these two make 37.5. So, okay, they make the same amount per, or roughly the same amount per second. Good to know. And there's no real good way of doing this, but also there's no use for that space there. Whew. Okay. So now the fun bit of getting... Okay. I was about to say of getting carbon and iron ore out. Excuse me, why do you have metallic asteroids in here? You shouldn't. Okay. So you need to filter carbon. And you need to filter iron ore. So now, how am I going to do this? Because both spots I would use to insert are being taken up, so simplest solution, long arms. The savior of this build so far. Alright, there we go. I wish I could see your fuel level, but I can't. So I can't really say. And oxidizer. Thruster fuel. Okay, there we go. And oxidizer. Nice. And I know there's a way to, basically pulse this pump. I just don't know how. But what I can do here, potentially, so that is minus 40, that is plus 60. So what I will do is do one speed module in all of these. Or wait, no, that's efficiency. Because I know power can be a little bit tricky. Okay, so then next thing I'm going to do is actually start feeding ammo. There we go. Because I know I haven't done that yet. I wonder. Tips, let's see. Electric, copy paste, build and dragging, trains, logistics, ghost, quality. Okay, so no, there's nothing. Okay. So I guess the only thing I can do now is grab some bulk inserters. Make it so they can only grab ammo. I'll say like 3 should be good. Or 4. And there we go. Alright, perfect. A full belt or full red belt will turn into a full, or into half of a red belt will turn into, I don't know what I'm trying to say. So, now the fun bit of trying to figure out, or of trying to get into space. Okay, trying to launch items in. Yeah, items and players to space platforms. Quality -9, productivity plus 24%, rocket parts 27 of 50 because I'm missing LDSs or low density structures. Which I think this is finally building up. Yes. Also, I've been doing a lot of research, as you can see. Mostly about trains. A lot of train research. Then I'm going to do physical projectile damage. And a lot of that. Oh, come on. There we go. All right. All right. And my ammo. Oh, no. Okay, and we're off. And by the looks of it, I can't have anything in my inventory. Great. Okay, this looks cool. Alright, so I'm here now. Oh boy, this is exciting and concerning. No, I'll keep that. Max Grant, let's see you. Okay, add station, novice. Allow unloading cargo at the stop, yes. Add a weight condition, all requests satisfied. Ah. Really? That was the one thing stopping it? I love having to just make sure everything's set up properly. Yay. Well, I guess that's partially what I get for building strictly... Oh, hey, more iron's being produced. Crafting speed, quality, how about 70 kilowatt, or 7 kilowatts. 378, okay. I am going to test something. Interface, let me see. Um... I'll say 90. 90. Oh, that is so tiny. Oh, that is way too small, even for you guys. Or, for me mainly, but... Interface, manual points. Nope, 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 nope. Yeah, nope, looks like I won't be able to see the power consumption, but that's fine. This is probably a really bad idea to go ahead and test it, but I want to go ahead and test it. So you are burning at... Oh, I can't see. But hey, we're moving! Oh wait, why am I going to Volcanus? Stop! I'm going to Novice, not Volcanus. Or no, I'm going to Fulgora, not Volcanus. My bad. Fulgora. Fulgora. That's where I'm going. Wait. I'm back at Novice? I am back at Novice. Yay. Okay. Whoops. We got going fast. Oh my god. Okay. Settings. Interface. I'm going to have to turn down my UI a little bit for this next part. So, efficiency of 51%. That sucks. Okay. I have no tips on how to increase thruster efficiency, do I? No. Help? No. Escape. Restart load settings. And no, I don't want to do that. Tips. Orbital. Let's see. Thruster. Processing thruster performance curves. This is what I think I'm looking for. When filled to 200% fluid usage. When filled to at 88%. 51 when filled to thrust is at 100% when filled to 79. But fluid usage is when filled to 90. Okay. So, main question, how? That is a wide design. Okay. Let me do a little bit of research. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I figured it out, I think. So basically, the way I'm doing it is I have a clock that then counts up by every 1 tick, and then I have hooked it up to the fuel pump that is only active when or my timer, or my clock, is over 55. I hope this works, because if it doesn't, I might be in trouble. We are supposed to go to Fulgora. Novice Fulgora. Fulgora. Hello. Why aren't we going? Hello? Max Grant? Oh, because you had a shipment incoming. That would explain it. So these... are way burning through fuel, so we're going to slow down a lot, but that should increase the efficiency at which I'm burning fuel. Which means I need to go here, interface, manual points there. We're currently burning at 80, 90. What? What do you mean we have no power? Oh! Oh no! Turn around! Turn around! Oh god, no! I've made a horrible mistake. How am I out of power? Why am I out of power? We're going to Novice, right? Yes, we're going back to Novice. What happened? How did I run out of... Why am I out of power, primarily? Okay, so yes, you need to ignore any targets you're not actually set to attack, because that seems to be what has done this. Oh, and I'm out of fuel because the pump is out of power. Oh my lord. So, okay. I really cannot leave until after everything is fully fueled. Okay, yes, the lasers do work, and I think are potentially saving me a little bit of ammo. Uh-oh. Yeah, I think they're saving me at least a little bit of ammo. Alright, so... Oh, this is not good. Oh, no. Oh, man. This is really bad. But my fuel and oxidizer are both still producing, so that's really all I can ask for. Iron's refilling. Yeah, I'm just out of ammo entirely. Stopped at Novice. Okay. Let me interface, go back to the automatic. There we go. There's what 50 repair packs? 100 of them. Makes sense with everything that was damaged. God, that was bad. Okay, so what I'm seeing is I need either emergency... Now, how do I want to bring this in? Oh wait, I know. Hang on. What I would love to do is send it back up, but I don't know if I have the room to. Okay. I'm assuming this is not too far. Okay, good. There. Oh, no. There we go. So now I shouldn't have ammo just completely halting again. The only problem is I'm completely dependent on other ships or on everything else. I wonder, could I just want to see how my... Ah! Aha! There is a graph. 5.5. Absolute max of... all merged. Nope, separate. So it looks like I had a peak consumption of... that was a little while ago, but... 6.3. Oh, wait. As I'm going away, my power production is dropping. Oh, it dropped all the way down to 2.9. Oh, Lord. Okay. Is there... or are there laser damage? There is. That I can get. I'll get 2 tiers of that. Just so that way I can get it. Or get this. Make it so that these don't fire as... need to fire as much. Okay. I have next to no ammo, I think. I'm waiting for ammo to be delivered. Speaking of delivered, here it is. But honestly, what I should really get is some ammo production on Max Grant. So that way I don't have to worry about power dropping like that again. Which I think I can see where I can just feed it in. So let me grab a splitter. Priority input needs to be on the right. Then if I can use... this area is a little small, but I might be able to use just this. So what I need is a furnace. I know this is going to be a trickle of ammo. But honestly, a trickle is better than nothing. At least right now. Yep. Okay, so now I have a little bit of extra ammo on the belt. Not too much, but a little bit. So then... to actually do this. Because these, I can't produce piercing rounds up here. There's no way for me to get a constant source of copper in. That's the biggest downside. I can't consistently get copper in, so I can't rely on, or wait, hang on. I could get rid of that, because I realistically don't need all that much storage space. I only need enough to... Oh, but what I was saying is I need to make this pretty much fully self-reliant. No, you need to be making ammo. So these can produce 1.25 a second. How much... Novice... How much can one of these furnaces... Where's my iron one? Copper, iron. 0.62 a second. Crap. Okay then, max grant. How about instead of 2 more efficiency, this is gonna bite me, I think. But, so unfortunately I don't have any furnaces yet. So this is 1 a second. But if I were to say add productivity modules, that increases energy consumption by 60%. But efficiency modules decrease it by 40. So 2 of these will cancel out about... So efficiency it is for these 2. To then output it on a belt. There. I'm hoping that slow trickle works. Max grant production. Okay. So that is iron ore. I want fluids, building, pollution kills. Building? No. So, by the looks of it, the only way to see the power graph is by clicking here. Okay. So I can produce 5.9 maximum. Got it. Okay. My chemical plants are consuming the most, but that makes sense. Well, hang on. Why not just go remove some of the speed and replace it with another efficiency? That should work in cutting the energy cost down. I could also do a productivity module, but that increases by 60. That also increases. So efficiency is what these will get. Because no, I don't need them going as fast, but if I can, I would like to get them consuming as little power as possible. That immediately caused it to plummet, but also that's due to 1 or 2 of these being completely off. Or turned off, I should say. This will not... It's not the most efficient, but it should work. I have a feeling the 2 speed modules aren't going to be great, but they might help. And honestly, I know that's probably not the best idea I've ever had. But it adds both a layer of protection Not a good layer of protection, but a layer of protection. And more power. Or I could just do something insane and throw a nuclear reactor on here. I could do that. Huh. I could throw a nuclear reactor on here. Sure, that would require an entire redesign, but the possibility's there. And knowing that is interesting, to say the very least. Alright. Okay. Let's see how Novice is holding up without me. Oh yeah, I also did a little bit of exploring. I got all the way over here. There are some massive ore patches. And crude oil patches as well. No, I haven't explored down here too much, just simply because I don't know how to get down there yet. Also, I haven't explored to the east too much. North, I've done a little bit, but by the looks of it, it ends in an island up here. But I don't know what's over here or over here. So yeah, I just have a lot of exploration I'll need to do. I'm just not there yet. I'm mainly waiting to see what effect this has on my power production. Why has it... Oh, my required production has dropped. Duh. Okay. So now, that's well within the defensive range. The last thing I can think of is just fitting solar panels anywhere else I can. But that's really it. Okay. So, Novice, let's see. What are you waiting on? I think it's just because the rocket is so slow. Yeah, that's exactly it. The rocket is so slow that it takes a second. Ooh, but I'm also running a little bit thin on processing units. Nope, wrong spot. Read belt, hold, if, let's see, where are the components is less than, I'll say, 6. Don't enable disable. You enable disable if these... Oh, read belt contents if... Yeah, if this belt is greater than 1 or greater than 0. There we go. That keeps this building, but also allows this to be filled when I have excess. Alright. Max Grant, how are you looking? Getting close. Closer, I should say. Let me see. My power production is stabilizing, so that's always a good sign. Oh. I can see the problem here. That does not work properly. I know that looks a little funky, but it works, so I'm not going to complain. And this kind of mixes the ammo a little bit more, so... good. Kinda. Not great. But it works. Alright. So, with me having ammo being lightly produced... okay, my power's not fully satisfied, but... or, my building isn't fully satisfied, but it is getting there, so I'm kind of tempted to say, hey, you know what? Let me go ahead and test that again. I'm going to test it again. This is probably a really bad idea on my part. But hey, we're about to see, won't we? The thrusters should be running out of... or should be getting more efficient here any second. And then medium metallic asteroids. Here they come. Let me see what my power grid looks like. Okay, so the lasers do eat. They just eat all of my power. Got it. But they deal enough damage to make it very, very temporary. Oh, yeah, I saw that. But that impulse power draw, that is not great. Yeah, because that is 5.8 megawatts. I'm just producing under 5.7. Okay. So with that, I know now that this mostly works. Or it's working better, I should say. Small rocks are still hitting, which is not great, but it's okay. I will say watching the arms move is really, really cool. I love the way they work. Okay, but my plan, instead of adding more solar panels, or yes, the solar panels are going to stay. I'm not removing them at all, but I will be adding accumulators to subsidize my power draw, or preventing my entire power grid from crashing every single time the lasers switch on to fire. Now I'm just hoping this is enough to keep everything working. But this is a bad debris field right here. Oh man, that's not great. That's not good. That was a very, very thick debris field. Only downside about lasers is how much they consume, really. Okay, but everything is being repaired by the looks of it. Really, I'm actually full Huh, so I am. I'm apparently full on asteroid chunks right now. Or I was full on asteroid chunks. Okay, we're almost back at Novice. And these are burning at, if I remember right, like 90% efficiency or something like that. Something very high, which is very, very good. But definitely, using the lasers seems to work well. Alright. Honestly, I could probably use a second rocket. Ah, there we go. You can't be less than 0. Unless you have a negative number, which in that case you're kind of in trouble if you have a negative number on a belt. Oh. Alright. Accumulators are being loaded now. I'm missing, what, 4? Yeah. Okay, there we go. But this should, at least in theory... Yeah, the chemical plants are definitely consuming the most right now, but that is fair considering I just burned a bunch of fuel. But the lasers definitely consume the absolute most. $7.6. At least it was for a split second, but dear lord. Okay, 95 megajoules. Each one can output 300 kilowatts. I have 19 currently. That should help. Oof, but that area decrease. Well, no, they all still have the same amount of area. Okay, accumulators are fully charged. More space platform probably to finish everything. Or to start. All. No. This has been... The past hour it's been doing a lot. Okay. Okay. Alright. If you can't tell, I'm a little bit stressed because I really want to get to Fulgora today. I just don't know if that's 100% doable for me. But I'm gonna try anyway. You can output... in case somehow a magazine gets put in here. Alright. So I'm just waiting on this very last shipment, which should be getting shipped here any second now. Assuming I have the low density structures. There we go. Okay. I am concerned. I'm hoping this works. Because I still have no idea if it will. Oh, so you did get a shipment of what you need. Okay. So now we're going to go start heading to Fulgora again. And this time, the hope is that I can actually make it. And if need be, I might be able to remove thrusters to slow down. I just don't know if I'll need to slow down. Alright. Here we go. Power's looking stable so far. What was this major? Oh, the accumulators. Duh. Okay. And lasers are either about to fire or have. They have fired. Okay, okay. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. I could also just say, hey, let me get rid of all the lasers and get rid of 90% of my problems. But where's the fun in that? Honestly, no, it would make a lot of sense. Especially with how hungry the lasers are. Drop to planet Fulgora. I will watch this on its return trip. At least that's the plan. Uh-oh. Alright, here I go. Wait. Novice, yes, okay. Travel to planet Fulgora. Nice. New tip, lightning mechanics. Yes, I know. Give me a second because I want to make sure this thing can reach, Okay, I'm here. Here's a lightning rod. Some scraps over there. A lot of scraps over here. But there's not another lightning rod. Okay, I do know I need to do something here. Recycling. Fulgorian Vault Ruin is what I need to mine. Oh, hey. A Fulgorian Vault Ruin. Oh my lord, these things are chunky. Oh, so these are Fulgorian lightning attractors. Okay. Technology recycling research. Okay, so I now have the tech. Okay, but biggest thing right now, I do want to watch Max Grant to make sure it's doing okay. Which it's doing okay. It's doing all right. 15.2 megawatts is its absolute maximum consumption. but from what I can tell... What? Oh, no, it stopped. Uh-oh. Okay. Let me say 350 for all. That should work. Oh, dear. And let me just say, hey, I want 2,000 iron for now. Great. Do I even have room for all that? That's about double what I have here, maybe? Oh wait, it's at Novus. Okay, I'm safe. Whew! That was a little bit stressful. Wait. Wait a second. Why isn't this... That line of belt isn't connected anymore. I wonder why. Read belt, all belts. You need to read belt, all There we go. So now, what are you saying? That this is entirely in trouble. Oh no, they were being damaged. Oh dear. Okay. There are some more vault runes right over here. Alright. So I'm basically starting from complete scratch. I need processing units. Oh. Okay, well I can just manually process some scrap, I guess. Well, while I wait for that, let's see. Max Grant, how are you looking? It looks like the belts are no longer clogged, so that should be fine. It did decrease the numbers fairly massively, but that should help. Then the iron, I can turn back down to 1K. I do not need 2.3 thousand iron. I'll say that now. Holmium processing. Okay, I apparently got holmium ore. Oh, so I did. Huh. Okay, neat. Okay, so holmium solution, stone, holmium ore, and water. Oh, wait. One problem. There's no water on this planet. Oh, wait. Hang on. Oh, hang on. How am I even supposed to get fuel? Or power, even? Yeah, how... Well, yes, obviously I know the lightning attractors, which means I need lightning rods, which means I need stone bricks, which means I need solid fuel, a stone furnace. Okay, hang on. One thing I want Max Grant to carry at all times is 50 bots. You may be wondering, hey, why do you want Max Grant carrying 50 bots? I do not want to go back to the age of handcrafting everything, or disassembling everything. But unfortunately, That's all the time I have for today's episode, so I hope you all enjoyed. Please don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share, all that amazing stuff. And I will see all of you in the next episode. Bye, guys.